8:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Indrani Senanayake. The headlines. The spiritual leader of the Bora community met the Prime Minister today. It has been emphasized that it is a duty of policymakers to implement the budget proposals. A program to promote the use of electric vehicles has been proposed. The health sector requests the public to follow all health guidelines during the festive season. In foreign news, Omicron study suggests major wave in January in the UK. Spiritual leader of the Bora community, His Holiness Dr. Saidna Mufaddal Saifuddin Shahib, met the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa at Temple Trees today. He is the leader of nearly 1 million members of the Bora community who live in a number of countries including India, Pakistan, the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Sri Lanka and Australia. His Holiness Saifuddin said he was pleased to visit Sri Lanka, which is one of the countries he loves, and added that he would continue to visit Sri Lanka along with his followers. He praised the government's COVID-19 control program and said he looks forward to the development of Sri Lanka. The Prime Minister also appreciated the contribution made by the Bora community to the Sri Lankan economy through investment and trade. Dr. Priyanka Dunasinghe of the Economic Faculty of the Colombo University said that it is a responsibility of the state policy makers to fulfill the proposals in the budget, ones that can be implemented immediately. There are important decisions to increase the income and to manage the government's expenditure in this year's budget. He said these proposals should be implemented as per the proposals. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
A range of unmatched benefits with People's Credit Cards from People's Bank.
We continue with local news. A subcommittee on the implementation to identify challenges to utilize renewable energy for the transport sector was met under the patronage of State Minister Duminda Dissanayake recently. He pointed out that a common program should be prepared to promote electrical vehicles and the renewable energy sector in the island. The target of the government is to increase renewable energy by 70% before the end of the year 2030. Deputy Director General of the Health Services Specialist Dr. Hemanta Herath said that people should act responsibly during the festive season as the Omicron variant has been detected in the country. He said there is no proper understanding of the behavior of this new variant. It is important to adhere to the health guidelines during the festive season in December and January. Next is the main news story.
A range of unmatched benefits with People's Credit Cards from People's Bank. Discounts up to 60% and interest-free installment plans from selected merchants.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Another 577 COVID-infected persons were identified today. Accordingly, the number of corona-infected patients have exceeded 572,000. The health sector said that 544,000 patients have recovered. The Director of Health Services has confirmed another 22 COVID deaths today. That was the main news story. Watchlight is next.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Watchlight is brought to you by
Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission.
The University Grants Commission says that registration of university students for the 2020-2021 academic years have been extended up to the 16th of next month. The registration of students will be conducted online. 43,000 students will be recruited for 17 universities based on the results of the 2020 Advanced Level Examination. The Commission also said that 38,000 applications in this regard have already been received. That was Watchlight. A bulletin of world news will follow.
Select technical and vocational courses with proper guidance. Visit regional career guidance centers or visit nearest district divisional secretariat offices and meet career guidance practitioners or skills development officers. Be aware on unregistered institute which promote widely. Don't waste your valuable time and money. Visit www.tvec.gov.lk for more information. Message from Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission.
Coming up, world news. The headlines: Omicron study suggests major wave in January in the UK. Donors to release frozen funds for food and health aid in Afghanistan. Brazil nightclub fire, 4 convicted over blaze that kills 242. The UK will face a substantial wave of Omicron infections in January without further restrictions, scientists say. The number of deaths from the variant by the end of April could range from 25,000 to 75,000 depending on how well vaccines perform, they said. But the scientists behind the study said there was still uncertainty around the modelling. In the worst-case scenario, tougher restrictions may be needed to stop hospitals being overwhelmed, they said. The work by the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicines is not a crystal ball. It does not say what will happen with Omicron, but gives a range of possible outcomes. The World Bank says that international donors have agreed to transfer $280 million from a frozen fund to UN Food and Health Services in Afghanistan. The country faces a deep humanitarian and economic crisis made worse by the removal of financial support after the Taliban seized power in August. The World Food Programme warns that more than half of the population is under threat of acute hunger. 3 million children are suffering from malnutrition. The situation is a result of a severe drought, which has ruined much of the wheat crops and sent prices soaring, and an economic crisis accelerated by the decision of Western nations to cut off financial aid after the Taliban take over. A Brazilian court has sentenced 4 people to lengthy prison terms over the deaths of 244 club goers in a fire during a party in 2013. The blaze began when members of a band performing at the Kiss nightclub in the southern city of Santa Maria lit flares which set alight to the ceiling. There was a stampede and most of the victims died through smoke inhalation. The 2 owners of the club and 2 band members were found guilty of murder and attempted murder. To end this bulletin of world news, the headlines again. Omicron study suggests major wave in January in the UK. Donors to release frozen funds for food and health aid in Afghanistan. Brazil nightclub fire, 4 convicted over blaze that killed 242. That ends tonight's world news, and development news is up next.
Development news is brought to you by Let's take all out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
Development news. The Urban Development Authority says that the government has allocated 1,700 million rupees for public institute projects. At present, 42 such projects have already been implemented. These projects were commended based on economic, social and environmental developments in many areas of the island. That was development news. Sports news follows.
Development news was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
Moving on with sports news. The government is planning to commence a sports goods production village in the Mahayangana area. The objective of this move is to produce 80% of sports equipment needed for the country. Most of the sports equipment needed for the country is being imported. The Ministry of Rural Schools and the Sports Infrastructure Promotion has implemented the project. That was a look at sports news. Business news is up next.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency through NSB U Trust for 6 months consecutively. Send more money and increase the chances of winning.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
In recognition of exceptional business leadership and quality management systems, Global Lifestyle Lanka was presented with the Platinum Award at the recently concluded 2020 Business World International Awards ceremony organised by the Business World International Organisation. Held at the Taj Samudra Hotel, Colombo, the awards recognise global business excellence and acumen and reward successful business ventures that show dynamism and business leadership. That was business news. Economic news follows.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners.
Economic news, courtesy of
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
The Poland-lot Polish Airlines will commence their direct flights to Sri Lanka from tomorrow. Neos Airlines has planned their direct flights to Colombo from Italy on the 15th of next month. In addition, several airlines of different countries have already commenced their direct flights to Sri Lanka. That was economic news. Finally, a look at the weather report.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
The weather report. The Met Department says that showery conditions in the northern, north-central, eastern and Uva provinces and in the Hambantota district are expected to enhance to some extent from tomorrow evening. Showers will occur at times in the eastern and Uva provinces and in the Hambantota and Mathala districts. Fairly heavy rainfall, above 50 millimeters, can be expected at some places in these areas. Several spells of showers will occur in the northern and north-central provinces. Showers or thunder showers will occur at a few places in the western and Sabaragama provinces and in the Kandy, Nuwara, Galle and Mathala districts during the evening or at night. That was a look at the weather report. Well, to end tonight's news broadcast, we take a look at the headlines again. The spiritual leader of the Bora community met the Prime Minister today. It has been emphasized that it is the duty of the policymakers to implement the budget proposals. A program to promote the use of electric vehicles has been proposed. The health sector requests the public to follow all health guidelines during the festive season. And in foreign news, Omicron study suggests major wave in January in the UK. That ends tonight's news broadcast. Country Saturday will continue in the company of Mariella Van Dort, all smiles, and of course, yours truly,